Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 5 stream. My name is Adam. I'm the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and not pictured on your screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with the 2020-2021 Quebec Nordiques. Jeff, we just started the season. We have gone 2-1-0, which means, of course, we are guaranteed to win the Stanley Cup this year, right?
Sure.
Well, the good news is the Leafs are 0-3-0, so, I mean, that's not bad, right?
Yeah, you did manage to pick up a couple injuries early on, but I think everything's just day-to-day at this point, although Nylander's out, which isn't good for us.
Yeah, so just take a quick look. We can see, Steven Johns and Ryan Murray's a little bit hurt, but he's drawn back in. Nylander's hurt. Our team, I said I was going to sim forward after our last stream. That just never happened. And figured we should kind of look to see how this goes. We didn't do a huge amount. Just kind of played around to see how things were going and see if we could rebalance our lines. And hopefully Braden Holtby can lead us to a Stanley Cup. Paying him big money for 6 years. And
yeah, I mean, that's the big difference in big move we made in the offseason. Starting to wonder about our scoring a little bit. Jordan Stahl has slipped down to 2.5 stars and hasn't had a point yet this season. So,
well, we do have some guys coming as a draft with Theo Rocher.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we want to take a run this season, we may need to pick up a rental guy at the trading deadline.
We can definitely look at that. And
speaking of which, pretty busy trading deadline this year in the real NHL.
Really? Did anything happen? I'm not sure. Oh, wait. Winnipeg made all the trades.
And Ottawa traded away pretty much everything.
Ottawa still has a hockey team?
Well, in a manner of speaking.
Oh, I forgot. We had a trade offer with Philly. What did we offer? I don't remember this. Oh, right. We tried to get Ghost Bear. That's right.
Did we? Our perpetual lack of a scoring defenseman.
So we tried to get Ghost Bear and Samuel Morin as a throw-in. For Stephen Jones, Ryan Murray, a third rounder, and the rights to Yuri Matev. Well, let's see if we can still do this, because I totally forgot about it. If we throw in another draft pick, we probably got a chance. So what if we throw in like a 2022? Probably accept that offer.
Worth a shot, yeah.
Let's try. No, fifth won't do it, so let's try a fourth. By that time, Adam will have traded a bunch. Jeff, there's a couple... There's a couple messages for you in the chat and one for me that made me laugh. So
well, first one, is there any real college players in this game? We've been working on the college part of the database, so the NCAA is fairly complete now, and some of the like the NAIA and ACHA guys are in there too.
To be clear, it is not playable.
Yeah, you can't actually play it as a college team yet. It's something we'd like to add in the future, but it gets a little complicated because I think when we do that, we'd probably also like to add the Tier 2 Canadian leagues, the Junior A Canadian leagues, and then USAHL and NAHL at the same time. So it'll be a big project to get all that working.
But we have our eyes on it. That's kind of a key thing to remember. Interesting player. Oh, man, Essa Lindell got hurt? Oh, we are just picking up the injuries left and right. Bruised jaw, he's day-to-day and he can't play. Come on, put on a mask and let's go.
Yeah, he was one of the only defensemen who was off to a decent scoring start, too. A couple assists.
Well, if you don't remember how we got Essa Lindell, we got him through trading away our goalie, whose name has suddenly dropped completely from my mind. The German.
And now he's...
What is his name? Because it's just gone.
Grubauer.
Thank you. Oh, okay. It was just...
Yeah, took me a second too.
I couldn't... It was not coming at all. Okay, so we're in kind of trouble here because we got a bunch of guys hurt and we're going to have to call somebody up. And we're at 23 men, so I guess we're throwing I guess we should throw Stephen Jones onto IR. Although
Yeah, even though he's day to day, I mean, it's no
Trading him.
big loss to miss him for a little bit.
Yes.
Him or Lindell.
So we'll put him on the injured list. And then we got to go look at our depth chart, which would go Nordiques, depth chart, and I guess we're calling up Cal Foot.
Yeah, has he played in the NHL yet? I guess, yeah, that'll be his debut.
Even though he's not really ready, he's only 1.5 stars, but he's okay for a kind of an emergency guy. You just don't really want him more than that.
Play a few minutes on the bottom pair.
All right. The good news is he'll be able to go back down without waivers as well, so that's not a bad thing. So we'll take Lind and just replace him straight with Cal Foot, unless we just let him go with on the top pairing versus Buffalo. I don't mind that.
That's probably maybe a little much.
It's versus Buffalo. Come on. It's like playing Ottawa just because I can. Sock full of nickels just because I can. All right, fine. We'll move Calvin DeHaan and Alexiak. And I'm going to switch Ryan Murray over. Okay, play game. So I'd probably get some power play time, which isn't a bad thing. Holtby's still kind of ripping it up. 4 games played, 3 wins, 926 save percentage. Like it. But of course he loses this game. We give up 5 goals. Come on, Holtby. Dude, we were down.
We'll pull it together eventually.
3-1 after the first. That's rough. Made it 3-2 in the third, and then blew it. CSI 312 with another question for you in the chat there, Jeff.
Trade deadline quick start with that. Are we going to get a trade deadline quick start with updated rosters? Yeah, working on that. Right now, I've got. We actually held the our usual research deadline back a day, so I could get all the trading moves in, and that'll be part of the next update. Those will be. We're going to freeze the rosters as of the trading deadline. So where they were 2 days ago, or Monday evening, basically, that'll be their final state for the current database once the new update comes out.
Sizzling
it's going to be a couple.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's going to be a little while for that yet. We're still working on a few things, and I've got a bit of a project with getting some of the other players updated too. But yeah, all the trading deadline stuff will be in the next update.
So Sizzling Popcorn asked, you got Ehlers? And the correct answer to that is yes. We traded somebody who kept getting hurt, whose name I suddenly can't remember. Was it Marcus Johansson?
Yep.
Traded him away to get Ehlers, along with a couple other things. So Philadelphia has accepted our trade for Shane Gostisbehere, which would reinforce our defense, along with getting Samuel Moore and kind of as a 7th, 8th defenseman. And
yeah, good timing there. That
kind of swapped defensemen. And then throwing a couple draft picks on a Russian defenseman we took in really late in the last draft. So I think we'll just complete that trade. And so that changes things going into Washington, as we now have Gostisbehere. Okay, so we don't have to play Samuel Morin, but we could. And let's see. So Nick Ehlers trade, just going back to look history. Yeah, Marcus Johansson, Dougherty, Brooks, and Magnuson we gave up.
Yep.
Which was a pretty good move for us. And as if you didn't hear, the QMJHL released their top 50 players of all time, and Nick Ehlers was named number 47 on that list.
Who's number 1? Didn't see it. Lemieux, I imagine.
I didn't actually read the whole list. I just saw that they had tagged that he was up as number 47, one of the only Europeans on the list, I believe they said. I would imagine it's got to be
Lemieux, Lafleur.
Lemieux or Lafleur. I'm going to change those lines. Who's M. Joseph? I'm just completely drawing a blank. Man, you go away from the game for a little bit, and all of a sudden you just don't remember anybody.
Oh, Matthew Joseph.
Oh, right. Right, we got him on as a free agent. He was one of our few free agent signings.
Or, no, actually, he was on waivers.
He was on waivers. That's right.
Yeah, the Leafs got him from Tampa in the offseason. And
too many players on the active roster. So I guess maybe I should take Foot out and put Morin in.
Yeah, you can drop Foot back down to the Fort Worth.
And him down. All right, so which means I got to redo my lines again.
Chat question on the 5 versus 5 power play setup. Will playing forwards out of position affect their position ratings? Oh, you're asking, okay, like playing the when you play the defensive positions, you can use forwards in it and their point position, so it's not quite the like the regular left defense, right defense split. For forwards, no, those the forwards, the regular position ratings apply there, so you want to keep the guys in the correct slot. All of the 5-man units are like that. 5-on-5 and 5-on-3, 4-on-4, 3-on-3, or any of the shorthanded ones. Doesn't matter what slot the forward goes into, but on the power play ones, you have to keep them, or you should keep them at least. You won't get penalized if you have the player in the correct slot position wise. If you're playing somebody out of position, that will hurt them.
Which reminds me, we should take a quick look at tactics for those guys. Morin wants number 5. That's too bad. He's going to have number 57. He's a bit upset. Well, that's too bad. Ghost Bear wants 53, but that's Jeff Skinner's number. So he's going to tribute Mario Lemieux, since we're talking about it, and he's going to wear number 66. And he seems fine with it. Speaking of which, I believe one of the reasons we got Ghost Bear was he was becoming a free agent. So let's see what he wants. Am I wrong on that? Is he not a free agent? Oh.
I don't think he had one more year, didn't he?
Okay, I thought he was... maybe he was just on the trade block. Oh, sizzling popcorn with the information. They've only announced 41 to 50. Probably 10 players a week. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty good idea of who the top guys are going to be.
Well, yeah. It's not...
Denis Savard will probably be in there.
I would imagine. Get Holby back as our number 1. Morin's playing as an enforcer. We should probably take a different look at his roles. So we want to go to lines and go tactics. And look at the player. So crease clearing defenseman, he's a 12. I think that's probably a better idea for him.
Yeah.
Rather than a stay at home, I just kind of like him as crease clearing. And then, of course, we have Ghost Bear. Rushing defenseman who's 16. Yeah, that seems like the perfect thing for him.
Yep, want him playing a little more offensively. We haven't really had anybody like that yet, although TJ Brody put up some points last season, but he's not really going to be a big scorer.
That is a crazy game. 9-6.
Wow.
That is back and forth. So they go up 2-0. 9-6 on 34 shots, 32 shots. Ooh. We out-hit them 28 to 15. All right. So we're down 2-1 after the first. Tie it up pretty quick into the second. Then they score 2 more to go up 4-2. We pull within 1, and then we go down 7-3 by the end of the second. We score again to kick off the third to make it 4-7. They score twice to make it 9-4, and then we score 1 goal at the halfway mark and another goal with literally 9 seconds on the block. Well, at least we're trying. Curtis Lazar's playing up with Tampa Bay. That's interesting.
Chat question. Can you look at other leagues even though you haven't had them as playable? Yeah, only 7 you can. In fact, I think you were asking about Pedersen. He's just looked him up in this game. He's actually playing. He's with Calgary now. He's not hasn't played a game in the NHL yet. But if we were playing in last season, still we could have gone to the Denver roster and University of Denver and looked him up there.
Yeah, you'll see game stats, but you won't see games.
Yeah,
actually played
in non-playable leagues. Yeah.
Yep. Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Nolan Foot gets better on defense. All right, game versus New Jersey. We'll put Saros in, see if he can kind of bump us around, pick us up a win, and he does. 5-3. All right, Saros. Nick Ehlers, goal, 2 assists. We go up 3-1 in the first. They tie it in the second, and then we take the lead back in the third. Nice. That's what I like to see. JT Comfer is on waivers. Comfer is on waivers. I'm almost tempted to pick him up.
Have a quick look at him. Well, 2 stars, 2.5 potential.
48 points last year.
And yeah, is he on a weird contract or something? Yeah, he's a little on the expensive side for 2 stars.
Yeah, that's enough. Okay, we won't pick him up.
You will or you won't?
We won't.
Won't? Yeah.
Oh man, Kellen DeHaan got injured. Jeff, why do you keep making me look at this? Our defenseman.
What are you doing to our defenseman?
I don't know.
Dropping like flies, man.
We have to trade for a bunch of defensemen at this rate. Good news is William Nylander's back soon.
Oh, finally.
That'll give us a bit of pop in our game.
Yeah, we might have a little more success in those 9-6 games.
Here's open. We're still 5-3-10 to start the year, which isn't bad. So what did you think of the trade deadline, by the way? We started talking about it, Jeff, then we kind of got moved away.
I'm reasonably happy with the way the Canucks did. I like Tanner Pearson.
Yeah, I like that. I like that trade.
Nobody in Vancouver's too disappointed to see Goodbranson gone.
Branson?
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to swap him with Essa Lindell because Lindell's back. So that's an easy fix. Game versus Florida. I was a little bit shocked at how active Winnipeg was, but after Morrissey got hurt, I wasn't unsurprised.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty obviously going for it this year.
Well, the Kevin Hayes move, I mean, I saw coming, but I wasn't expecting them to go out and get 2 defensemen. And I really like actually them bringing back Matt Hendricks as well, just to be in the locker room.
Yeah, and Kiselevich, the spare defenseman they picked up too. So I think there's not a whole lot of weaknesses on that team right now. It looks like a team that can make a cup run.
Question in the chat. Ole7 says, is there any leagues you're looking to add, by the way?
Nothing imminent. We're kind of holding off a little bit. We'd like to make a few more speed improvements on the rate the game runs at before we add too many more leagues. It can get a little unwieldy if we've got too many playable leagues and you've got anything except a really fast system. But yeah, I think I'd like to get probably the top of the list now is getting the English second level back into the game. We had them in before, then their number 2 league died, and it's kind of got shuffled down a little bit right there in the old number 3 league, which was giving us problems before the NHL, because the caliber of play was getting towards the bottom of what the game can simulate. That caliber of play there wasn't really that great. But now that the second league, the EPIHL, is gone, the NIHL, or at least the top division of it, is probably good enough that we can get it back into the game and then maybe get the English Cup in as well. And then there's probably a few other leagues here and there that we may look at.
Well, again, I think Jeff mentioned it. The NCAA is something we're differently. College hockey.
Yeah, that's going to be a ways off, though. That's going to be.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
talking
something.
talking about adding a lot more teams to something that would really slow the game down.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you put the NCAA and all the junior A leagues in, that would be
monumental.
How many junior A leagues are there? And how many junior A leagues have we got in Canada? 9 or wait, one per province except for the Maritimes are all one league. Yeah, it's 9, I think. And then USHL and
well, then you also have your offshoot leagues too that are not like the, what do they call?
Yeah, but getting all that in would be a big project. And some of the Ontario Junior A League playoffs are just insane. It's a huge number of teams.
A couple more questions.
Oh, question from Guru. What the chat filter? Just reading it now. Oh, ability filter. Hang on, let me just take a look at how we've got that set up now.
While you do that, we have heard that Nylander's back perfect, and so is Calvin DeHaan. So Samuel Morin's coming out, and DeHaan's in, and we're taking out the guy who I couldn't remember what his name was, or who it was.
I'd know about an ability filter. I'm not sure how much an ability filter would add, because you can already do that pretty much by just going to the switching to, say, the training view or the scouting view, depending on what you're looking for, and sorting there. Oh, that's what and then you say that in the next post. Didn't see that.
All right.
Yeah, maybe I should. Have we got? Yeah, there's no others. The tooltips are just the title. Maybe I can add a little more information there. Take a look at that.
All right, that's some much more balanced lines now. Look at this. We got Ehlers, Stahl, Nylander, Skinner, Janorak, Bailey, Armia, Lowry, Kopp, Thomas, Appleton, Ritchie, with Lindell, Mason, DeHaan, Ghost Bear, Alexiak, and Brody as our defense pairs. That's a pretty solid team.
Yeah. Oh, Sizzling Bopper in the chat. 10 leagues, 132 teams in Canadian Junior A.
Times at least 20 players on every team.
Yep.
Plus, you got to have some guys who are feeding into that.
Staff, and I mean, it's built. I think the game may generate enough players to do that now. It might have to add a little bit at the bottom for Canada, but it would probably be able to handle that. It's just all those extra AI teams are really going to slow things down.
Ooh, overtime loss. All right. First overtime loss of the year. Is the sound still good, gentlemen who are watching?
Yeah, you sound fine on my house.
Who is? I'm finally back on my better setup with my new mic and new mic stand, so I'm just curious and want to make sure.
Yeah, Duke says sounds still good.
Excellent. Game versus Dallas, which means we're probably playing against our old goalie. So we'll put Saros in.
Yep.
And it is Phil Grubauer, who's got 3 fires, because of course he does, but he's only got 2 wins in 8 games. And we still pick up the win with Saros. Excellent. Although we can't get our goalies hot. This really sucks. Andrew Kopp.
On the other hand, that's partially because we're probably not giving up that many shots, so that's good news.
Yeah, well, Andrew Kopp's got 4 goals for us, so that's good. Like to see your third line throwing up some points.
Yeah, it's 2/3 of his total from last year already.
2Cast in the chat. What do you think of Columbus' strategy of loading up on rentals, going against a conventionalism just to go all in?
I mean, are they really in a position to be doing that? That seemed a little weird to me. I mean, some of it made sense. I mean, Kincaid was a good pickup from New Jersey, just as they weren't happy with Korpisalo as their backup, and you never know when Bobrovsky's going to go off the rails, and Kincaid's a solid guy to cover there.
As
But
long as they sign Duchesne, it's not the worst plan. If they win, it's fine. But what's scary to me is that team could still be out in round one.
yep.
And what it reminds me a lot of is when Atlanta got into a bit of a panic when they hadn't won, and they went out and made a couple of big trades, including picking up Keith Tkachuk for all of 20 games, giving up a first-round pick, and basically bid it in the first round in four games or 5 games. I can't remember. That was a while ago.
Yeah, and if that doesn't work out for them,
that set them
it.
back. But I mean, they were terrible at drafting. The thing is, Columbus has some guys coming at least. So I mean, guys, and they have some guys under contract who, if they want to move, they could probably get some decent things back too.
Yeah.
I trust Kekalainen more than I trust most GMs because he picks the guy who he knows is going to fit for what they're doing. And that's important. And I mean, we can trace that all the way back to the draft when he takes Pierre-Luc Dubois instead of the guy who ended up in Edmonton, whose name I'm suddenly just blanking on. Puljujärvi, yeah. So, I mean, that how did that work out for them? Well, I think that worked out about as great as it could. And 4-2 win for us, although I saw somebody's at 68% health, so what's going on there? Should be somebody here with 36%. Jeff Skinner. What are you doing, Skinner?
He probably had a minor injury, didn't miss any time because of it, but it's knocked his fitness down.
Well, A7 says, I don't trust the New York Rangers GM anymore. You know what? I like his moves. Even what he got from Winnipeg, I think they bought a little high on Brendan Lemieux, but then again, tonight I read they were playing him third line and he was on the second power play unit, so good for him. I like Brendan Lemieux. I was sad to see him go because I think he's...
And he gets...
Yeah, he had a fight too.
Yeah,
so.
And he gets a first round. They get a first rounder out of it, and who knows, they could just turn around and sign A's again in the offseason.
Yeah, which is possible. Development report. Oh, Holtby goes down in leadership. Everybody else is going up.
A little surprising. It's a mental stat. They usually don't come down. Well, they come down a little later, and hope he's only 31 at this point. Hopefully that's nothing to worry about.
All right, so we got some... Okay. So one of our
You taking a look
pickups-
at what's going on in Fort Worth so far? I think
I'm
we're
just
far
taking
enough
a
into
look
the
right
season.
now at the stats. We can see Santeri Virtanen, who was a Jets draft pick. We signed him as an an unsigned free agent. He's put up 8 assists in 14 games. They were terrible last year, so we tried to find them some guys who might actually put up some points.
Yep.
And we see guys going up, which is always good. Nolan Foote's only got 4 points in 14 games. That's not great. We got some guys in Halifax. Oh, Halifax is doing not bad. Okay. Looking at some of our draft picks now. 8 points in 15 games. Not bad. Nick Wong. 28 points in 14 games. Like that number. And the guy who's Jeff wanted us to draft no matter what because of his name. Because he wants to say it every single time. I'm just going to hold it here. So he can read it.
That'd be Aiden de la Gorgendiere.
There we go. Every single time I'm going to make you say that. And Mikko Kosenkorvo, who was a guy we took a shot on, didn't know. Sent him to Quebec, and he's put up 12 points in 17 games, so that's not bad. 43 penalty minutes. I'm honestly a little bit happy. The biggest surprise so far is Sasha Matala, who's got 20 points in 13 games, 1.5 stars. This guy might turn into something.
Yeah, although he is 19.
Well, he was a second-round pick. I got hopes. Dreams.
Still only 3-star potential. I mean, it might be a third or fourth line guy. Wouldn't expect that much out of him. Did you look at Rochette?
Just give me a second. I moved it down to the AHL so we could see our stats.
Yeah.
If I can find the team, which I probably already missed. Oh, there they are. They're in last place, 5-8-1. .393 win percentage, 32 goals for, 44 goals against, minus 12 differential. 3-3 and 0 at home, 2-5 and 1 on the road. Not great.
So apparently we didn't help them too much.
Well, we did try to sign some guys.
Yeah.
Sizzling popcorn. We're a bunch of communists on the East Coast, the Halifax dictators. Well, truth be told, again, we had them as they were in San Jose, and I moved them to Halifax. I still might rename them to the old Halifax AHL team, whose name is
Citadels.
The Citadels. But right now, the Halifax, we try to set them up for some success, and they're 8-7-0 to start the year, so that's not bad. Midway through the Western Conference Central Division, which doesn't make any sense that they're in that division, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. And so, oh, sorry, you wanted to know about...
Oh, yeah, did you see how Rochette was doing, her number 1 pick from last year?
No, he didn't have any. He didn't have any development. That's disappointing. So if we look at our depth chart, we can see he's got 15 points in 13 games, 5 goals, 10 assists.
A little on the slow side for a start, I think. Kind of wanted a bit more out of him.
No, do Citadels, yeah. Sorry, it's been a while. That team hasn't existed for a long time. But you can find it in the Historical Minor League pack, which Jeff told me and promised he was downloading for our game, but I don't know if he has yet. Or we're playing as...
I haven't yet. It will be there next week, I promise.
What is going on in our other game for those people who missed last week, Jeff?
Oh, the other game, we are switched. We finished up our New York Americans, Brooklyn Americans game the previous time, so we moved on to the Minnesota Fighting Saints Historical Challenge. And I think we were off to a pretty good start in that. The challenge is only to make the playoffs, so not too hard, but that's the team that had the Hanson brothers on it. So we've have a little fun with that, I think. And Tuke mentioned Chet. I think Rochette was actually at the top of that development report.
Missed him. Ethan Bear is on waivers. Great name for a defenseman.
But only 1.5 stars, so
yeah.
We still had those injuries. Might have been worth a shot, but I think we're okay now.
Yeah, well, so we got more in there. So let's play a game. Oh, Skinner's only at 66% still. Ooh, Stahl's at 68%. That's not good. Why are we hurting so bad?
What kind of ice time have you got, Steno? Is anything unusually high?
No, it should be down. We'll take a look in a minute. And we
what
lose
did
the game.
did we have a bunch of games scheduled together?
No, we were on a break there for a bit.
Huh, a little odd.
All right, so right now, Stahl's playing 17 minutes, and Skinner's playing 16 minutes of even strength time. Of course, power play is going to make that different, but let's see. So Skinner's averaging 15:35 a game. Like, he shouldn't be that tired. And Stahl...
Keep an eye on it. Maybe they give him a chance to recover.
Is at 19:14. Why is he... Stahl, it says, is at 100% here. That's weird. How does fitness go up after the game?
It'll recover at the start of the next day, but...
Yeah, but we hadn't even advanced yet.
Just check their roster after this stops to see where he's at. Wonder if it might be a display thing somewhere.
Today, it says he is at 59%. Okay, that makes more sense.
Check the lines.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Line screen.
Nylander's 92.
Go on, click on the line screen.
Yeah,
I'm just
I know.
curious what it's going to report there. Yeah.
I'm just trying to see it. Skinner is sitting at 59% there now.
Okay, yeah, that's reported correctly. Not sure what was going on with the fitness at the end of the game. I should take a look at that, maybe.
Very much so. We're always looking for things. And let's see here. All right, so we got a bit of a break here. I guess I forgot to check to see what he was at now, but we'll check the next day. And hopefully he's up.
Yeah. I mean, if he's going to sit in that 50-60 range, so maybe bench him for a game.
All right, Zach McEwen is on waivers. He is. Why would Vancouver call a guy straight up from the ECHL? Oh, he made the team from the ECHL. Hasn't played a game yet. Interesting. Okay, so Stahl is 100%, but he is a little injured. Forearm cramp. Okay, Skinner's at 74% now.
Okay, so he's recovering. That's all right.
He's the only one not at 100%, though. Let's see where he is tomorrow.
If you want to sit him out for a game, just put Ernie in for one.
We'll see where he's at. Tom Pyatt's on waivers. Ooh, speaking of Tanner Pearson, he's playing with Edmonton and just ruptured his medial collateral ligament. Gone 7 months. Ouch. All right, Skinner is up to 89%.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I'm going to set him out one game. Let's get him to 100. I'm not going to replace the lines. Earn's just going in for him. First line versus the New York Islanders. I'm going to put Saros in net for this game. Can we do it? And no, we can't. We lose 3-1. Ouch. We scored the first goal. And then everything goes bad. Interesting player on waivers. Interesting player on waivers. All right, let's get Skinner back in. Assuming he's at 100% now, he is. Adam Earn's only at 95. Perfect time to replace him. Skinner. All right. Game versus
We
Winnipeg.
don't got anybody on the injured list anymore, do we?
No, because we traded him away.
Yeah, Johns was.
Hope he's in there.
Okay.
Sum it out, and we lose in overtime, which isn't bad considering Connor Hellbuck is at 5 fires, which I didn't even think was possible.
Oh, he is when he's not playing for us.
Apparently. So we lose in overtime, but at least we gain a point.
And still 11-5-2. We're off to a pretty great start.
Not as good as we could have hoped, but not bad. We're tied for second. Philadelphia is surprisingly leading the conference. Apparently that trade worked out for them. Getting rid of Ghost Bear. Kudu bingo. There's two things that'll happen every single time we stream. Number one is Kudu will bring up Connor Hellebuck. And what's the second thing, Jeff? Jordan Stall's
We
back.
lose in the playoffs? Oh, no, sorry.
That
You
doesn't-
lose in the playoffs?
That doesn't happen in every stream. Whoa, Jordan Stall's at 48%. Leave game.
But the other thing that happened just happened. P-Wog comes in, says go Wings.
Well, that's
Speaking of which,
the third thing.
how are the Wings doing in this one?
We'll take a look here in a second. I got to get this figured out. 48% Stall. Oh, that's terrible. Adam Earned, you're going in just to replace Stall. We'll see what happens. The Wings are actually in 8th place. 19 points in 18 games. They're holding on to a playoff spot. That's pretty good for them.
Yeah, that's actually one of the better results we've seen from them in any of these games. Although I think they wound up getting Jack Hughes in this one, didn't they? I wonder if he's starting to take off.
All right, we finally got goalie a little bit hot. Adam Earn comes in, centering the first line, and gets her done. Whew. Hopefully Skinner gets a little bit healthy there. I don't know why he's down that low. 48%. Come on. All right.
Yeah, talking in chat about the international teams, you can get hired for any international team, the senior teams or the all the way down to the under 18 teams, or under 17 teams in some cases, and for the whole any IHF country that's all the way down to Division 3. So Mexico, New Zealand, North Korea.
South Korea, Maryland, Monroe. And we pick up another win versus Montreal. Whew. I was a little bit worried there. I decided I was going to keep Stall out for one more game. Adam earning some respect playing first line minutes in a position he's not supposed to be in. But we're winning. And that's all that's important.
You probably don't want to keep Stall bench for too long.
No, there's a question on there for you, Jeff, too, again. We'll lay some.
The question about the Norwegian, the top Norwegian league is in the second division, isn't it? Well, it's there, but it's not playable. But yeah, you can play. In fact, you've got it active in this game, don't you, Chad?
Yes, I do. All leagues are active in this one. I'm just trying to get Stall back in the game. He's at 96%. And so you want me to go look at the Norwegian. So if I click on this world button here, we can see all the leagues that are in the game. If they're in white, they are...
The white ones are playable?
Yeah. So Norwegian was it? Sorry.
Yeah.
Norway, get Ligan. Right?
Yeah. So you can see that it's in white, so you can play in the Norwegian league, but the first division or the second level of Norwegian hockey is there, but it's a non-playable league, so you can't actually play as part of it.
All right. Oh no, I guess not. I was gonna make it, but I was gonna make a joke about the old Senators, but but then I'm like, oh wait, most of those were before the NHL. Although they were in the early NHL too, were they not? Or did they not come in until like the 2020s again?
They were. Wait, I gotta think here.
I know it's a few years ago.
Yeah, they were in right from 1917, and they did take that 1 year off in what was it, the 30s, and then came back for a season and moved to St. Louis.
Sorry, St. Louis, not Seattle. Ugh.
Yeah, for the 1 year before the St. Louis Eagles finally went under.
If you can't stand some good-natured ribbing, you're not going to enjoy our streams very much.
Yeah, if you're an Ottawa fan now, you've got to have a sense of humor.
Just like Jeff's favorite Vancouver Canuck player. We lose versus Boston. Let's ask the chat. Chat, who is Jeff's favorite Vancouver Canuck?
You couldn't go a whole show without mentioning that, could you? Just have to work Messier in there somehow.
I didn't say it. I was waiting to see what the chat would say. Yeah, there we go. There's a... Everybody in the chat knows.
Gee, I wonder why that is. Because you bring it up constantly.
Trevor Linden. Oh, that's it. I don't know. Who is your favorite Canuck of all time?
What, all time or right now?
All time. There's no one to like right now.
Well, technically it's Tiger Williams, but I shouldn't say that because he got into trouble, so...
There seems to be a lot of that going around, Jeff.
Yeah, got to go with Richard Brodeur then. But right now it's hard not to like Pedersen.
Yeah. Although, I mean, we are a hockey, but Jeff and I are both Canadian. So, Jeff, did you see the news about Johnny Manziel?
Yeah, that's they're Montreal's been kind of quiet about what exactly he did to get kicked out of the entire league.
It wasn't Montreal. It was the CFL said no, and they said apparently they told him if he would do whatever, he could still stay, and he said no.
Yeah, so I'm not really shocked at the way any of that turned out.
Neither am I, but I feel a little bit bad for the Alouettes.
Yeah, although I'm not sure he was even in their plans as a starter this year, so...
6-1 loss to Philadelphia. Oh man, Philly's killing us. Ryan Murray has a goal against us. Oh, and we lost Ghost Bear.
So a fellow Nichols and Chad played floor hockey with Tiger Williams. Still have all your teeth after it? Ghost Bear's only day-to-day, though, so that's not too bad. Did we take a look at the stats in Fort Worth?
No, but I wasn't really too worried about it because they were getting their butts kicked anyways. So I was figuring they weren't really scoring.
I'm just wondering if anybody was taking off. I mean, Dickinson keeps improving, but I think I know how much better he's going to get staying down there.
Well, he's not good enough to come up here now. Well, we'll take a look just for you. And because apparently I now have to take Ghost Bear out of the lineup. So we're just going to throw Samuel Morin right in. Alright, so we're going to go back to Fort Worth. We'll give their stats summary, and Dickinson has 19 points and is a -5. So that's not really great. Robertson's got 15 points for 10 and picked up a little bit. He's actually probably been the best pickup so far, 14 points in 22 games. Justin Bailey.
And actually, depth-wise, Robertson is ahead of a few guys that we've got on in the NHL right now.
Yeah, well, I'm not taking him out for some other guys.
Yeah, no, he's still only 1.5 stars, so I'm not sure why they've got him ranked that highly, but he may look pretty good by the end of this year or early next.
Maybe. Oh, we pick up a win finally. Or Calgary to start turning this around. Got to play Calgary and Edmonton. Oh, no. We just lost Josh Bailey for 2 months. Oh. Terrible.
Okay, so
I guess.
maybe Dickinson does get a chance to come up.
Well, we have Joseph, or we have Adam Earn to go in. I think we're going to put Joseph in. He had 21 points last year. Earn had 10 in 26 games. Joseph had 21 in 69 games.
Yeah, it would be good to get Joseph a little more ice time because he's got a lot of unfulfilled potential there.
Yeah, so
He's getting older. Chat question, is there a limit on how long a save can go? Or is it possible to do like Football Manager with a 1,000-year vacation and go through the history? Technically, there's no limit, but eventually the save will get so big that depending on how much system memory you've got, it will stop running. So I don't think you could go 1,000 years in it. I think the long I've gone, I think 70 plus years in test games and still had it functioning. So if you got the memory to do it, you might be able to, but it would take a lot.
Keeps wanting to put Adam Lowry on the second line. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
Well, we're just kind of thin at center. Should probably keep an eye on the trading block just to see what's.
Mason Appleton coming.
Yeah, if there's a decent center that popped up there, though, wouldn't be a bad thing to get for us.
So demanding, Jeff. I mean, we're only 14.92.
Not you're up to with 9 losses now. You're slipping.
Take what you get. We will play this game right here. Both B's in net. Sim it out, and we win. And hope he gets to 5 fires. Or 5 fires. That's not what that says. It says 3 fires. Come on, Adam, read it right.
3, 5.
That's 5 out of 7 I've ever seen. And Gomez might know. Scott Gomez is coaching the Kings and might get fired. That's funny. All right, we'll look at the front office here. Trade block. Tell me a story. Jay Merkley is the top-rated guy. 5-star potential. He's 25 years old. He's currently playing in the AHL and has 2 goals for 2 points in 24 games.
But if he's 25 and only has 1-star ability, I don't think that's ever going to...
Oh, I think we should give up everything for him, Jeff. Let's filter this out just to make this really easy. Only look at centers. Brian Little is on the trade block, but I don't think we're exactly going to pick him up.
Yeah, he's getting a little old at this point, isn't he?
Yeah. Paul
33?
Stastny's on the trade block, but no. Bonino.
Yeah, Bonino's on it, but he's hurt.
I don't think there's very much here.
Yeah, nothing. Maybe.
Inner Chevy. So the popcorn, what, 5 stars? Probably not scouted. No, he's got an E rated, so he's not scouted very well. I don't even recognize the name hardly, so. Playing Eastern Canadian Senior at some point. Former 3rd round pick of Lethbridge. All right.
Surprised he's even got that 5-star rating. I'm going to look him up in the database and see how he's...
He's just amazing, Jeff. Just amazing. Duke says, channel your inner Chevy. I'm pretty sure Chevy would never make that deal.
I'm not sure why he would have 5 stars. He's nothing... he's rated nowhere even close to that.
So you're saying we should go out and trade for him? Ghost
That would
Bear
probably
is
be a
back.
bad idea.
What's that?
That would probably be a bad idea.
Trade for him? Okay, we will do it. We'll give up our first round pick for him. Oh man, I never put Bailey on the IR. Gonna do that. Injured list. That way if we need to call somebody up, we're not worried. Ghost Bear's back soon. Manson's still a little hurt, but he can play. Game versus LA. Alright, Holtby, let's see what you can do. Pick up a win. Perfect. 5-3 win. Poured 41 shots on net.
I must have fixed Merkley's ratings since we started this game, because they're completely different in this game than they are from what his ratings are when I'm looking at them in our internal editor. So I'm going to assume I fixed that, and it's not some crazy bug that's
Probably.
made
This
him
was,
into a
this was
near
our
star.
original build of our game.
Yeah.
So, it's going for quite a while.
Because he's actually playing university hockey in Lethbridge right now.
Makes sense.
Not a big potential guy, yeah.
And pick up another win. All right, 4-1 win over Lundqvist and the Rangers. Up to 17-9-2. 36 points. Ghost Bear is back. So I guess we should get him in the lineup. You're playing third line, that's fine. Or third pairing minutes. It'll be fine until the next injury happens. Game versus Tirana. Beat them once. Final game of the year. Holtby's in net. Holtby shoots and he scores. 5-3 win. Up to 4 fighters now beaten down the Leafs. Love it. Even though the Leafs have slightly turned it around, they're 16-10-1 now. Not too
So where are we in standings now?
I will look as soon as we get through St. Tuesday's Day.
Yeah, only 7. Thanks for coming out.
Even though it's 5 a.m. there, apparently. Just a reminder, all of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/OOTP Developments. All right. Now, what was your question? Standings.
Standings.
We are 1 point back of Philly for first. Although we have played 3 more games than them, so that's not great.
But we are first in the Atlantic.
Obviously. Thanks for coming out, Sizzling Popcorn. Which is a great name, by the way. I really like that name, Sizzling Popcorn. Smart. Ooh, there's a big trade. Jack Roslovic gets moved to Philadelphia with Austin Wong for rights to Luke Dreut and Taylor Lear. Winnipeg, that is a terrible trade. Why would you do that? We would have gladly taken Roslovic.
Yeah, too late now.
Darn. And Max Pacioretty hits 300 goals on his career. Good for him. And with that, we'll play one more game to end the month, and this will kind of be our good stopping point. Got through 2 months of the season.
Okay.
And we can see there's a quick trade here versus Nashville, New York. Sebastian Aho and Johnny Boychuk head to Nashville for a 6th round pick and a Russian goalie who's half-star playing in the KHL. Clearly a salary dump, I guess?
Could be. I'm not sure how's Nashville doing right now.
Ottawa's not getting paid that much money.
Yeah, not sure why the Islanders would want that.
Boychuk's buried in the AHL, which might be part of it. Who'd you ask about? Nashville. They are currently in second last place at 10, 15, and 3. Winnipeg's 11, 14, and 1.
One last request from Ollie. He wants to take a quick look again at the Norwegian standings.
The Norwegian standings. Oh, man. Braden hope he gets to 5 fires, but we lose 4-1. All right. We just advanced the day. Now, this is 2020, 2021, and there's obviously going to be a lot of player movement, too. There's probably some former NHLers in that league at this point, with how some of these guys fluctuate. But yes, we will take a look here in a minute. NHL Player of the Month is Laurent Brossoit for goaltender and Nathan McKinnon. Surprising. Everybody's going up this time. Nobody's going down. Always good to see. Newson Bomber. Theo Rocher is up to 36 points in 23 games. Does that make you feel better, Jeff?
A little.
Essa Lindell has 13 points in 26 games for us. That's pretty darn good. Santeri Virtanen, again, 19 points in 27 games. He's picking it up. He could end up being like a nice fourth line guy for us.
Yeah.
Appleton's put up 9 points in 30 games. Can't ask for much more than that. Foot's continuing to get a little better. Like it, like it. Nick Wong, 46 points in 26 games. All right. And of course, Koskin Korva has 21 points in 27 games. Still doing well, getting a lot of penalty minutes, so 54 penalty minutes. That's not great. All right, so we wanted to look at the Get League and standings, so I'm going to hit my world. Go to Get League and standings. Panthers are out. That's the only team. Ooh, 23 games played and they have 3 wins. 19 losses. Ouch. That is tough. Let's see. Can we see their stats?
Yep.
On the stats tab? As now it's... Oh, there we go. Peter Quinville is leading the league. So that's how easy it is to kind of take a look around and see what's going on in other leagues, other playable leagues too. So, all right, Jeff. I think we're a good spot here to leave off. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. We'll be back next week with our Minnesota Fighting Saints 1976, I think it is, game.
I believe so. So, usual wrap up. Let's see if we can do it better than last week. So, thank you very much for tuning into our Franchise Hockey Manager 5 stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments. You can reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/franchise hockey manager. On Twitter, we're at franchise hockey. Or you can come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, and that'll bring you to our official website. Forums, where you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, the brand new, recently announced Out of the Park Baseball 20, and everything else. Jeff, did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
I mean, we really didn't talk about Out of the Park Baseball 20, but there's lots of information coming up. If you missed the stream yesterday where TJ and developer Matt were going over some stuff, you might want to check that out. It is up on our YouTube page, or you can watch it right here on our Twitch channel as well in the archive. And with that, I think that's about it.
Yep.
So thanks, Jeff, and we will see you all again next week.